right, Sean Zittel here with the man challenging Caleb Plant. Well, title's up for grab for both men. Saturday night WBA title. Trevor Mccumby. Trevor, man, what'd you think of that up there? Caleb going at your brother and everything that kind of just happened at the press conference.
He's obviously getting in his head. You know, for me, I don't need to talk to narps out in the crowd, non-athletic, regular people. So I don't know. He gets really emotional. It's pretty easy to get him all riled up. So.
What were you guys? I heard you saying, "I can't wait." But what was the exchange exactly up there between you guys?
Just some trash talk. You know, his usual. You know, like he said to Berlanga's breast stinks. My breast stinks. You know, it's all just BS. But we're gonna see Saturday. That's what I told him. Saturday. Don't worry. Saturday. It's coming.
You know, he talked about sparring 359 rounds. Still looks confident and sharp up there. Do you see through that at all? Do you see that maybe that's not the case when you're face to face and all of that kind of stuff?
It's hard for me to tell. We're gonna see Saturday. That's really all I can say. We'll see if he really is sharp.
You know, it looked like in the Pearson fight, other fights, you do very well when you get the guy to the ropes. That's where Canelo was able to stop him. And is that one of the keys to this fight, getting the fight out of the center of the ring and onto the ropes? Or
I'd say so. Maneuver him over there. I don't think he fights well off the ropes. You might think differently, but you know, I've seen him fight and I've seen what he does in the ropes. So yeah, it'll be one of the game plan. Yeah, get him into the ropes and really just rough him up.
How do you? I know you can only give so much about X's and O's stuff, but how do you feel you will handle yourself in the center of the ring, where he's known to have good feet and a good jab? And you know, what could you share about what you got to get done there?
I think we're going to do really well. You know, I told another journalist that you know, I am a boxer puncher, and a lot of people know that. You know, gyms in Vegas, in Chicago. You know, that's where I actually trained when I was first a boxer at 7 years old. They all know, you know, I can use my feet and this and that. I think it just kind of depends on my opponent, and when I get a better opponent, I fight better.
Did you grow up in Chicago?
I did, yeah.
Were you? I'm not that familiar, but I know it's the South Side and the North Side. Were you a South Sider?
I was outside of Chicago in Yorkville, but we would always drive down to the South Side of Chicago to get all the sparring and work. So that's really how I learned how to fight.
Was in the South Side of Chicago?
South Side of Chicago, yeah.
Wow, I think maybe people, they may see the MAGA hat and all that and not realize this dude cut his teeth in South Side Chicago.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? It's known as, you know, for people who aren't there, Chirac and all kinds of things. Yeah, what was that like?
Man, it was, I think it really, it built me up to be really resilient and, yeah, just fighting really athletic guys down there. And, yeah, it was everything, man. It was so good. You know, I trained at famous Windy City, the Windy City gym there. That has closed down, I think, probably for like 10 years. But legendary gym, Andrew Galata, Angel Manfredi, tons of guys trained out of Windy City. So yeah, Chicago was huge in my boxing career. For sure.
Were you cool with Kenny Sims at all? Another Chicago fighter?
Yeah, Kenny's cool. Yeah, I know Kenny and I know his dad pretty well.
Yeah, you know, there was some fans who were like, is the shades and the red hat, is that like a Colby Covington thing? You know, sometimes those types of things can help sell your brands, get you out there. Anything there, or you just like shades and want to support Donald Trump? Like,
no, not really. I'm just being myself.
Yeah,
just being myself. At the end of the day, when it comes to the politics, I don't want to talk too much about it because we're here for the event.
Right.
But for me and my family, it's the most logical choice to vote because right now we're just not doing too well, and I don't see how we're going to make a change if we don't, you know, vote.
And yet, you know, you were very objective. I think someone asked you about the debate the other night. You said, I didn't think Trump did too well. So, you know, do you feel like we got to be a little more objective, regardless of you're Democrat, Republican, don't vote at all? Like objectivity needs to make a comeback or something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to throw their emotions, get them out the side and say, hey, let's make the most logical, best choice that there is, and that's where I'm at. Yeah, and I don't think Trump did really good the other night, but I know he'll be back. He'll be strong, and yeah, I mean he's a winner. Winners win, and he'll be back. So.
And just lastly, man, give me your gut feeling on this fight. Do you think Plant is maybe a little deteriorated from the Benavidez and Canelo fights? Do you think you stop him? Or just your take on it?
I think it weighed on him a little bit mentally, maybe a little physically. You know, he was out. He's been out the ring for over a year and a half. I don't, you know, I'm not one to judge anybody. So, you know, for him to judge me and like ask me why I was out the ring for 4 years and this and that, it's like, bro, you haven't been in my shoes and you haven't walked my life, and you don't know what I've been through. I don't know what he went through after that Benavidez fight. Maybe he was like, man, I really need to heal up, or maybe he was going through something. I don't know. So it's not really for me to say what.
Well, he keeps pointing to the Donovan George suspension after, and
Yeah.
basically framing it like that's why you had to take a time off from the ring.
Oh, yeah, no. I had a suspension. I went through it. I don't really want to address it anymore. If anybody wants to ask me about it, I'll tell them the whole truth, and I'll tell Caleb right now, I'm not lying about what happened. And if he wants to eventually sit down man to man, I'll tell him exactly what happened. It's a crazy story, but I'm not lying about anything, you know, and that's on God, and you know, I'm a firm believer. So,
Do you want the fans to unequivocally know then you're clean heading into this fight?
yep, yeah, I'm clean, and we're being tested. We're being tested by VADA. We've been tested by Nevada. I actually went yesterday and got tested again by Nevada. So, yeah, there's nothing else I can really say about it. I'm a clean fighter. That happened to me. It's sad what happened to me, but you know, I hope that I can actually bring awareness to tainted supplements, you know, keeping your bottles and, you know, having the lot number. And so.
I think a lot of people though they raise it, they don't believe it. You know, I think
Sure.
you could understand why.
I
right?
totally
Right.
understand, and you know, Caleb was you know, crying for VADA and wanted all this testing. Sure, and rightfully so. I think that was good on him for asking for that, because it did have that past almost 10 years ago, but you know, I did have that past, so it's cool.
Trevor, man, thanks for your time. May the best man win. And I made the joke. It's a joke. This is a big deal in our community, this fight. But yeah, just
In our community.
have a
That's
good
funny.
one, man.
All right, brother.
Thanks.
Thank you.